Hi everyone! Today I'm going to show you how to crochet this beautiful little handbag. I recently bought two 3mm macrame yarns and I plan to make two small handbags from them. For today's project I will be using the cream colored yarn and a 5.5mm crochet hook. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel for more crochet tutorials. Let's get started! We will start with the foundation chain, and foundation chain is 38. So chain 38. And let's start row number 1, starting in the second chain from the hook. So here, make a slip stitch. Make a half double crochet into the next chain. Then make a slip stitch into the next chain and continue until end of the row. Half double crochet, slip stitch, half double crochet, slip stitch. Okay, so your last stitch is a slip stitch. Chain 1 and turn your work. And let's start row number 2. From now on we will crochet only in the back loops. So here you can see front and back loops. We will work only in the back loops. So row number 2. We will repeat exactly the same stitches that are in the row below. So if we have a slip stitch below and our first stitch is a slip stitch, we will make a slip stitch now. If you have a half double crochet below, we will make a half double crochet now, and so on until the end. So now it's half double crochet, slip stitch, and continue until end of the row. Remember to work in the back loops only. At the end, chain 1 and turn, and repeat that row until you reach the 24 rows. So we can see we have a slip stitch under, so we are making a slip stitch in the back loop. We see we have the half double crochet, we are making a half double crochet, slip stitch, half double crochet. Continue until you have 24 rows. I finished 24 rows. Now count 60 stitches from the end and mark the 16th stitch. Do it on each side. There should be 5 stitches left in the middle. Start the next row but finish at the 16th stitch. So the last stitch is your half double crochet. Now chain 1 and turn your back and start next row. So you will start with a half double crochet because your last stitch was a half double crochet. When finished, turn chain 1 and start last row. Cut the yarn and leave a long tail for saving for later on, and now start 3 rows from the other side of the back. So here, first insert the crochet hook into the first stitch, put yarn onto your hook and pull the yarn through the stitch. And now do the next row, finishing at the 16th stitch. So again, your last stitch is gonna be a half double crochet. And make 3 rows. Remember to leave a long tail for saving. Okay, now I'm gonna show you how we will save the back. We will start with saving at this edge and then we will save this edge. Okay? Make sure you align both edges evenly. Thread the yarn tail onto your needle and start sewing. Remember to secure your tail very well. And now this short part. and the other side, exactly same way. Okay, this part is finished. Now we will make 2 rounds more. So insert your hook into any stitch of the sides, chain 1, and make a slip stitch. Try to make 1 slip stitch per 1 row. And when finished, slip stitch to the first stitch, but to the front loops only. So work in the front loops. We can make 2 types of closures, a clip in the middle or a button. If you decided on a button, make a loop now. If you decide on a clip, skip the loop. So chain 5 or 6 or 7, depends of the size of your button. So the button, you will insert the button here, and you will close the back with that loop. So depends on the size of your button, chain 5, 6 or 7. And then slip stitch to the front loop of the next stitch. And continue slip stitch in the front loop all around. And when finished, cut your yarn and secure. And the last step, the handle. Make a slip knot but leave a long tail. So the handle. I made a fairly short one with 60 stitches. If you want a longer handle and you only have one skein of yarn 109 yards, it should be enough for a longer strap. Around 80 chains should be good. Of course, you can make much longer or shorter if you want. Okay, let's start row number 1. We will make a slip stitch into each chain starting in the second chain from the hook. So slip stitch into each chain starting in the second chain from the hook. So this is your row number 1. And when finished chain 1, turn your work. And let's start row number 2. And row number 2 is a slip stitch into each stitch, but in the front loops only. So again, we are making slip stitch in the front loops. And when finished, cut your yarn, but leave a longer tail because we need to sew the handle to the back. We will sew the handle to the sides of the back. As I mentioned, if you choose a button closure, sew the button on the outside of the back on the opposite side. If you opted for a snap closure, sew it from the inside using the thread. Then hide in and secure all the ends and your bag is ready. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye bye.